Hey, so I'm going to be talking about every major character and their whole story arc. So, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched The Faculty, go watch it, then come back. Please, please come back! Admittedly, it has been many a year since I last watched The Faculty, but when I got the itch the other day, I popped it on, and boy, did I not realize just how many things I didn't see back in the day. Let's start with Josh Hartnett's character Zeke. I recognized he was supposed to be the bad boy character when I used to watch it, but I didn't realize just what scum he really is. Look at the way he drives his car like a complete maniac. He parks with absolutely no consideration to his fellow students, plus he's a drug peddler.
This guy's a real jerk.
All of this is before harassing his poor teacher, stealing school supplies, and dragging Mary Beth into a closet before getting all handsy. Now, knowing what Mary Beth actually is, it's just blind luck he isn't turned then and there. I don't even think he thanks Casey for saving him, because Zeke is a right prick like that. He also makes what I think is another big mistake. This will come back into play later, but in all fairness, it was Zeke that discovered the trick to killing the aliens by dehydrating them, so hats off to you there. Now, the scene where they all go around having to prove they are human by snorting up some scat, I never imagined I'd be saying that sentence before. Anyways, I find all their reactions very interesting. Here is Zeke's.
Look at our mustache, man.
Fuck that, man. You're taking it.
Damn right, thank you, Stan. Zeke is supposed to be punk Einstein, so he's smart enough to know he has to do it. Plus, it was his plan in the first place. So strange to me, everything that happens in the scene. We're gonna come back to it again and again. We flash forward to the final battle, and he just has his ass tossed around. He's out of the fight. If it wasn't for Casey, Zeke inevitably would have been infected, though he can say he was the only one who didn't have any of those creepy crawlies in him at some point. We see during Zeke's ending that he finally started to apply himself by joining the football team for some reason. Then we get to see him making googly eyes at his teacher, and hooray, I guess. Am I supposed to be cheering for the fact that this teacher and her student are about to go bang? Admittedly, as a teen, the idea made me.
All right.
But as an adult, it's very much more.
Well, there's something you need to know, and that is I'm Chris Hansen.
Sorry, Zeke, but as far as I can see, you didn't redeem yourself at all. The aliens can have him. Let's go on to the next of our plucky teens, Stan, the star football player who has suddenly started to develop strong feelings of
Discontent.
So he drops out of sports and starts to be all find myself-y and yada yada yada. He is involved with one scene in the movie that is pure nightmare fuel.
Mrs. Broom, what the fuck? Please! Help me! I can't breathe! Get out!
I don't know what's happening. They want everyone.
Welcome to the That Will Haunt Your Dreams Forever Club, Internet. We will flash forward to the big snorting showdown. Stan gets a tad aggressive, grabbing and pointing guns, but in the end does the scat like a champ. He is a loser in the end, though, when he decides to play the hero, going and check and see if their plan to cure everyone worked. Now let's watch some bad movie decision making right here. Now, what do we know about these aliens? They act abnormally and need a lot of water. What is he very clearly running towards? The football team just standing on the field during a monsoon. And really, how close do you need to be to see all of that? You deserve to be infected, Stan. That was a classic case of not using your brain. Stan runs off into the night, and that's really about it for him until his ending, which we will visit momentarily after we talk about Stokely. She is just your average small-town goth girl pretending to be a lesbian while harboring feelings for the football captain. You know, that old story. Stokes is the resident sci-fi movie expert in the group, so she comes up with most of the theories regarding the invaders, and most of them turn out to be true. Especially the idea about taking out the Queen Bee. High five, Stokely. At the Scat Snort Showdown, she has a very valid concern.
Stokely?
I'm not putting that hack drug up my nose. It's so 80s.
Aliens are taking over the Earth. Wait.
Hell, I can't blame her there. I would want to know too, but Zeke also has a compelling argument, so down the hatch it goes. Stokely has one of those, well, obviously she is infected moments, even though the movie tries to play it off like she wasn't, but of course she was. She is amongst a town full of people that were also cured when Casey won the day, and her ending goes very much hand in hand with Stan's, where they're all lovey-dovey. Their story arcs work perfectly fine, but I'm just not a fan of the wardrobe. I would prefer Stokely stay true to her roots and Stan went all goth. That would have been more fun visually, and that's all that matters. Then we come to Delilah, who is just...
being a first-class grade A bitch.
I literally just rewatched every scene Delilah is in during the faculty, and she says something awful on every single one of them except for this small scene in the bathroom with Casey. Now you might think, oh, she's going to change her ways and redeem herself. Well, here are two reactions to something she says in the very next scene.
Blow me, Delilah, because I'm sick of your shit.
Fuck you, tit bags.
Well, everybody calm down.
Well, there goes that theory. Now, during this scene where Zeke cuts off Jon Stewart's fingers is the time frame that I believe she got infected. I don't think Delilah was infected when she was in the bathroom with Casey, or she would have attacked him then. We know she is later when she refuses to do the drug and runs off. So in all the commotion going on, one of these fingers could have crawled inside Delilah and infected her that way, or Mary Beth is right over there, maybe pretending to help when really just being all nefarious up in that science lab. In the end, she becomes the love interest for Casey, and all is well, and tra-la-la. To this I say...
Are you saying boo or boo-earns?
Delilah did nothing to redeem herself and deserve this happy ending she got. Her entire runtime, she was a terrible human being. Alien parasites, take her with you please. No, I'm not going to go over Mary Beth, because after all, she is a... Plus, I accidentally watched this with my mother back in the day, and that entire ending where she was naked, that was an unpleasant viewing. I will say that I was interested in going back and seeing if that part of the movie where she undid the pin actually happened, so I went back and painstakingly went through frame by frame until I discovered, nay, she did not! Plus, in this other frame, the cap is on the pin. Huzzah! The day is mine!
Oh, I've wasted my life.
Last but not least, we have our hero Casey, and I forgot, frankly, how much of a badass nerd Casey is. He is just living his best nerd life and eating his lonely lunch outside.
Nobody knows the trouble I see. Nobody knows but Jesus.
When he stumbles upon one of these little dried up creatures. Now, the good mojo he gained for this action is vastly outweighed by the fact that his weak-ass argument about the old teacher's body resulted in the entire police force being infected. Good job, Casey. Though he totally redeemed himself once he started riding the snake with this laugh. I find something about that so gratifying. Casey is the motivating force that compels the others to take action. If they don't stop him here, then it'll just grow to a point it'll never be able to be stopped. Casey becomes our final boy after killing this highly intelligent extraterrestrial life in a somewhat silly fashion by crusting it with the high school bleachers. Maybe it was just in the heat of the moment and the queen wasn't thinking, but Elijah Wood does get a killer one-liner.
Guaranteed to jack you up.
Yay, Casey. Momentarily you look a little rough, but by killing the queen, you save the world, get on the cover of every magazine, and even land the girl. Everything is coming up roses. But please, Casey, you gotta dump her ASAP. I also want to give a shout out to this fighting couple who second for second have to have the most intense relationship of all of cinema.
Yeah, my mom and dad are dead too.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm wearing. Fuck you, you pussy. Fuck you.
I thought this couple appeared again somewhere near the ending, but I couldn't spot them. If you've seen this couple, please let me know, because I still hope they're out there taking pot shots at one another. In all, The Faculty was a fun rewatch. I really enjoyed it when it first came out, and it holds up despite some characters and themes not aging like a fine wine. But what did you think of The Faculty? Best movie ever, or does it belong in the trash heap? Who was your favorite character? Let me know. Let's have fun talking about movies. Until next time, have fun storming the castle.